The History of the High Heel by Taiwanika Reed. Heel history. Did you know that high heels were originally made for men? Strange, some may say, but very true. Let's take a look back at my favorite shoe, the high heel. High heels were worn by male soldiers and some royals in certain parts of the world. The origin of the high heel can be traced back to the 15th century when Persian soldiers would wear them to secure their feet in stirrups. In 1559, the Persian leader Shah Abbas sent his cavalry, the largest in the world at the time, on a diplomatic mission to Western Europe. Persian shoe style was quickly adopted by the aristocrats who wanted a more masculine edge to their appearance. Aristocrat style was very plain compared to the Persian cavalry. They sought out the same type of style, hoping that they would gain more status among court. They quickly changed their style after they received that visit from the Persians. The next appearance of high heels can be traced to the Middle Ages. It was during this time that both men and women began to wear footwear known as pattens. This style was adopted because of the muddy and filthy European streets. The Europeans' footwear in that time was very fragile and also very expensive. While the patent was mainly used for practical purposes, another type of European footwear serves both a practical and symbolic function. The chapin was popular amongst the upper class women of the Venetian society during the 15th to 17th centuries. The higher the chapin, the higher the status of the wearer, with some reaching the height of 50 centimeters. Louis XIV's fashion was known by many, and he set the bar extremely high for other males around him. The longer he reigned, the more extravagant the wardrobes became. During his reign at the Palace of Versailles, Louis enforced a strict dress code, ensuring nobles stayed in the latest fashion. He also outlawed the importation of foreign textiles, ensuring that French subjects spent their money at French businesses. Louis XIV of France was a fashion maven, loving all things ornate. Standing 5'4", he developed the trademark of red painted heels. He even ordered all male members of his court to dye their heels the same color. Fast forward to 2018, and high heel genius Christian Louboutin references this red heel with his red bottom stilettos. All hail to the king of the 20th century stiletto high heel, Christian Louboutin. Christian Louboutin has the most sought after shoe of the 20th century. Adorning the red bottom shoe, many feel this style was to somewhat replicate Louis XIV's red sole high heel. Born and raised in Paris, fashion was already in his blood. The first recorded instance of a high heel shoe being worn by a woman was by Catherine de' Medici in the 16th century. She knew that her husband was madly in love with his mistress, Diane de Poitiers, who was tall, slender, and beautiful. Catherine stood about 150 centimeters tall, which is less than 5 feet, so she knew she needed to do something so she could be taller or appear taller. It was said that at her wedding she wore the most extraordinary and opulent dress, hence the high heel came to follow. By the 1800s, high heels went out of fashion starting around 1810 and then returned in 1860 at about 2.5 inches high. Mass production started around the 1850s when sewing machines surfaced. With sewing machines around, you could make multiple pairs quickly and satisfy large numbers of customers at one time. By the 1900s, and after two devastating world wars, many countries began rationing almost all aspects of life. Items that were once used for making high heels, such as rubber, silk, leather, or wooden soles, had become far and few in between. This is around the same time pinup girls started to surface. Pinup girl posters started circulating after World War II, and almost all of the girls pictured were wearing high heels, leading to an increase in the relationship between the high heel and female sexuality. The tall, skinny stiletto heel was invented in 1950, strengthening the relationship between women, sexuality, and their appearance.